All right. Let's get into it. We're going to go into the reading. Today we're going to do the reading fill in the blanks. We're going to do the second question now. Number 2. Let me zoom in for you guys. Zoom in. Let's go 1. I probably can do a few. 2, 3. Shoot, maybe even one more. There you go. 4 times. We zoomed in. All right. So the reading fill in the blanks. I want to explain why the answers are the answers. Yeah. Now, if you take a look at number 1, there are multiple clues to tell you that this needs to be a noun. How do we know? Well, first of all, you see how this is inside, what am I saying? Inside a quotation. A quotation. That means all the words are chunked together as one thing. And then we got what? What is this? This is a verb, right? The R, the be verb. So this automatically tells you that the noun needs to be plural, right? The noun needs to be plural. And then this right here, same thing. Do we have an article? Hell no. So that also tells you we need to have a plural noun. So if you take a look at all the options, we have areas, concerns, temples, and parties for nouns. Damn, that's a lot. But remember, this is a reading task, so that means you might actually have to read something. And if you read a little bit more into this sentence, you have a clue. Farewell. Some of you probably have been to some of these. A farewell party. Have you been to one? Maybe somebody's moving back to their home country, or maybe somebody is moving to another city. You are saying goodbye. Somebody's changing jobs. You have a farewell party. Yeah, that's what I would pick. Okay, so that's number 1. Now, number 2. Number 2, we have a clue. What is it? This right here. Whenever you see that and, you got to check. Do we have a comma in front of and? No, we don't. We don't have a comma. What does that mean? It means that this and is not linking a sentence. Not linking a sentence. So that tells you if it's not linking a sentence, whatever you put here, grammatically, it has to match whatever you put in the front. Okay? So because we have a preposition right here, more than likely we're looking at a noun here. Okay, another one. And with this right here in front, this is the noun in front of and, this is a positive or a negative. Do you agree that this is a negative word? So if it's a negative word, we're looking for a negative noun. And what do we have? We have areas again, concerns, temples. What else we have? That's it. That's it. Just these 3. Just these 3 nouns. Okay? Augment, maybe you can use it as a noun, but either way, you can check. If you don't know what augment means, let's just not even look at it right now, because that might not even be an answer. So we have a negative word. Out of these 3 areas, concerns, temples, and augment, would you agree concerns would be your negative? Is that something that you would want? Do you want a problem? You want a problem? Of course not, right? You want a concern? Of course not. So that's why you would put concerns here, because grammatically they have to match noun, noun, and then the meaning itself, or the direction itself, not meaning. The direction is negative, you go with the negative. That's why we have and. All right? And then now the next blank right here, this sometimes confuses people. Why? Because number 1, they think Buddhist is a noun. Number 2, they think strike is a noun. True, Buddhist is a noun. True, strike is a noun as well. But is it a noun here? And it's not. How do we know? Let's look at the word strike first. Okay? Remember, this is a reading task. So maybe you should read a little bit more, right? When you have a strike right here and you think it is a noun, just look at what comes after. What is that? You have a there, there is a possessive adjective that can only be the first adjective. So that means this right here is the noun. They're gongs. That is a noun. So how can strike also be a noun? Can you have a noun, their noun? What is a noun, their noun? No such thing. So strike is not the noun. Strike is the verb. Okay, so now that tells you if strike is the verb, we need to have a plural noun. Plural. Does Buddhist look like a plural noun to you? Absolutely not. So you won't be looking for an adverb here because we don't have our plural noun yet. So how do we know for sure right away when you see Buddhist? It's not even the noun. It's not the subject. Again, this goes back to our countable and non-countable nouns. Is Buddhist a countable noun? Hell yes. So Buddhist is a countable noun, but they wrote it as singular. Where do you see an article? You don't. So that means this ain't the noun. This is not the noun. This is the noun describing, modifying the real noun. This is the noun that we need. And again, we need plural. And now we have two options. And based on collocations, come on, based on collocations, it doesn't matter what religion you believe in, you gotta know. Buddhists and temples just sound good together, right? I hope you agree. And that is the third one. Did I skip one? Oh my goodness, did I just completely skip one? Well, let me go back to that. All right, so let's look here. Let's look at that and one more time. That is a clue again. Why is that a clue? We have an and right here and then another one right here. Do you know what that means? It means that we're not giving a list. You can't give a list like that. You can't say, I like to eat pizza and pasta and hamburgers. You wouldn't give a list like that, right? You will give a comma, comma, and then and. So with that said here, when they give you the problems and the concerns, that tells you that they're done talking about nouns. They're done talking about nouns. Okay? So now, with this preposition here, again, it's most likely that this is a noun, but because they said and here, you would not look for a noun as the first option. Because what would be the purpose of all these ands? You can't write it that way. So we will not look for a noun here. So what do we have that's not a noun? Well, we have areas as a noun, and then augment can be a noun. It also can be a verb. Okay? But then let's just see here, for. That is a preposition. So oftentimes when we have, these are verbs, all of these are verbs, they can be a dependent preposition. If you read through these, one of them sound good with that for, doesn't it? Prepare for, expel for, augment for, foresee for. Which one sounds good just without even understanding the context? Do you agree that prepare for just sounds good? That is a dependent preposition, right? You prepare for something. Done. Now let's go to the last one. Here we have, before the blank is to, and then 108 times. This is a noun, okay? So if we have a to right here and we have a noun, that means we are creating an infinitive. What does that mean? To do something. To do something. This is the something. So we have the to here. That means we are creating an infinitive. An infinitive means no s, no ed, no ing on that verb. All right, so what do we have? We have expel, augment, foresee. Augment can be a verb, and it means like change something. Now, here we have three options, but you can try to look at the direction that they're going with. Okay, are they talking about something positive or negative? Right? If we look at this right here, weakness. Weakness. Does that sound like a positive or negative word or neutral word? Is that something that you would like to have? If no, it's probably negative. And do you agree that expel is the closest thing to the negative? Expel means to remove. It's a negative word for remove. For example, to expel, to be expelled from school. Expel you from school. True story. I've had that experience. That means to kick you out of school. Okay? So this right here, we want to expel weaknesses. For see, what does it mean? For means before, and then see, to see something before, to see in the future, right? And then augment, it just means like changed, altered, augmented reality. You have heard that before, right? It doesn't mean anything negative. So those two won't fit. And there you have it. This is Reading Fill in the Blanks, practice number 2.